everyone. I'm Laura and I'm an alcoholic. Um, it's so weird. I've been going to a lot of recovery meetings and I feel really good when I go. I feel so connected. And I have this group of women who I've talked about before who I'm obsessed with. And they range from 20 something to 80 something. The majority of them are 80 something year olds. And they've been going to this old beat down church for the last 40 years, meeting every single week for an hour and sharing their experience, their struggles, their accomplishments, all of it for literal decades. And I get to be there and sit there. And the structure, if you haven't been to a recovery meeting, well, the structure for this one is just someone shares for 10 minutes. They pick a topic, whether it's courage or serenity or acceptance, whatever it is. And then they share on a reading or a topic. And then you go around the table and everyone shares for 3 to 4 minutes. And it's the best. It's just the best because you get out of your own head and I get to just deeply listen to others. And then I get to share what I'm going through that day. And then after the meeting, you just don't feel alone, and a lot of these women, they're just so intelligent and funny and honest. I think the rigorous honesty is the most interesting thing about recovery groups. Look, I'm not trying to convince you, okay, to join my recovery group. I'm not saying that your life is unmanageable and that you'd be better off. I'm not. It's attraction, not promotion. I'm not telling you that you need help and that you're literally a mess and you need guidance and you need a sponsor and you need to work the 12 steps. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that at all. No. It's just funny because there are stereotypes of people in 12-step programs that it's culty, but it's not. That it would be the worst cult ever because this specific recovery program, and I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to protect the anonymity here, but um, it's free, dude, and you can just walk out. It would be a cult because you could just be like, I don't like it, and walk away. You know what I mean? It's for fun and for free. It's for fun and for free. But I've been going for 14 fucking years. Isn't that crazy? And when I was a newcomer, I would go and I'd be like, damn, what are these people doing here with like 3 years? Don't you get it by now? But now I understand you go because it's community and life keeps lifing. So even though I put down the drugs, the alcohol, or by the way, not that I'm trying to convince you, but there's a program for everything. There's literal Overeaters Anonymous, Undereaters Anonymous. Actually, I think over oh wait, I said it. Whoops, whatever. OA. There's a gambling 12-step program. There's sex and love addiction program. There's which I think I have the love bit, by the way. I almost want to save that for the next episode though. Yo, I got some tea for you. Um, but anyway, there's just any addiction, dude. I'm waiting for the social media anonymous, honestly. I'm waiting for that because I am addicted. I thought the other day, I was like, damn, I'm really just thinking about it. And, I am a content creator. So it's like, it's my job, but when you're on it compulsively, and I feel like I go in and out, and right now I'm in and I have to really that's how I know I'm because I'm asking my higher power to remove my obsession around TikTok, and let me be present. Like that's how I know I have a problem. I'm like on my knees surrendering to Facebook. So, yeah, how'd we get onto that? Oh, just I guess, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling connected. And then after my recovery meeting, after that, we go to a coffee shop down the street and we just talk some shit. And I don't mean about other people necessarily, although they're all up in my business about who I'm dating, blah, 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 blah. And these old women really let me have it too. They really let me have it. You got 14 years, you don't act like it. Grow up. I need tough love though. And they're also very sweet. Like you have sweet old ladies and you've got savage ones too. Um, but it's great. So I feel really connected there. I also just got my period. I know you were curious and you wanted to know that, and I did, and I feel so great because it's like the week before, dude, the week before my period, the hunger that I feel, it's so intense. I cannot stop eating. If you give me a full massive loaf of bread the week before my period, I will devour it in one sitting. And I'll be like, what's next? What's the next course? I can't stop eating. I should go to Overeaters Anonymous just the week before my period and that's it. Yo, it's and has anyone else noticed, any women out there, the older you get, the worse your premenstrual is? Like, dare I say I have PMDD, whatever the hell that is. That's the satanic PMS, I guess, where it's just really intense. I experienced that. And then I get my period and just all is well in the world. I love bleeding. I love it. I'm free bleeding right now all over my chair. Just kidding. That's disgusting, Laura. Why would you say that? Why would you say you were free bleeding on your chair? I don't know, because I thought it just came to me. Well, don't ever say that again. That's disgusting, and now people have that visual image of a blood-soaked chair, and you just ruin their lunch because 'cause they're probably listening to you on their lunch break. I'm sorry. No, I'm wearing a cup. I'm wearing a menstrual cup that sits at the base of my cervix. You just shove it in, and it sits in the base of your cervix, and it collects blood for 12 hours, and you can use it for up to 5 years. You do have to wash it at least once. Anyway, today I have my mom and dad on the podcast. I'm so excited. I know I said in the last episode, this was the last time I interviewed my dad because this was the same day. So it's not, I wasn't being dramatic. I really don't see him being on my podcast again, but maybe I shouldn't say that. Who knows? You just never know. I know that his type of dementia, which is Lewy body dementia, they believe is a pretty aggressive type. So, yeah, it's not great, but I do feel very, very grateful and lucky that I got this beautiful interview with my mom and my dad. And I think you're going to really love it. They have been together for over 50 years. They met at 15 and 16 years old. He said he saw her at the April Fool's Day party and he was just like that woman. I need that woman. I love that woman. And he still says it to this day. And, they've been through a lot of ups and downs, but there is something really beautiful about sticking through it all. I will never do that, I'll tell you that right now. That's not my story. Hell no. Hell no. I've gone off men, but that's for the next episode. Enjoy the interview. I love you guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the notification bell. Please do this because no one is seeing when it comes out unless you have a notification bell. So it's if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. That really helps us keep going. But also hit that notification bell. And lastly, my book, my third book, What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Hotter, is available for pre-order now. You can get it in the link below. Make sure to do that. Pre-sales are important. If I get enough pre-sales, I go on a book tour and I get to meet you. All right, enjoy the interview. Wow.
I applied for a 1AO status and they granted it. And that meant I didn't have to go. So I did it legally. I did it according to their rules. And it was always respectful of their rules. There was no, and everything it worked out. And when they probably looked up the history, my father was in the Marine Corps right before World War. I can't remember exactly.
World
War One.
Okay, and then
Your brother Louis.
right, he was a Marine. my cousin was a Marine. So, I mean, a lot of people had joined and were part of it. But, timing was good. There was no reason for me. Well, I told my father, I said, should I go? And he said, no. He says, this is a bad war. And so I followed his instructions.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably would have said, right? I mean, because you said he was like a hardcore
Republican.
And he
very right wing.
Right.
Supported the government in all ways.
And even he was like, do not.
Well, felt like it was an unjustified war.
Right. And you guys were out, were you protesting?
Often.
Yeah, there was some of that.
So that was when you were in college?
Yes. In college and right after college.
What do you say?
When we were in college and right after college, we went to protests and did a lot of that kind of stuff.
So then wait, when you guys were, because you obviously went to different schools in different states.
He ended up, right.
But you started dating in high school.
We did.
And then you went to different colleges, but did you say like, even though we're going to different colleges, we're still together? Or did you take a college break?
Wait, what are you asking?
She's asking you. So
we were still together.
Okay.
But we were.
Long distance?
Yeah, Mount Pleasant, Iowa. I was there for, I think, one semester or something. Just enough so I didn't get, so
you didn't get drafted.
Yeah, I didn't get drafted.
Yeah, and then we ended up at the same college. I was already at the University of Illinois, Chicago. Which
was a superior college, very, very superior. And I wanted to go there because the knowledge and the resources were huge, and I was chemistry major, and it just, that's where you want to be, into a big institution like that.
Right. And so you went there. What was your major again, Mom?
Education and psychology.
But then did you leave early? Why do I forget this part?
I don't know. I graduated in 3 years.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
So that's early-ish.
Yeah.
What was the question?
She said, what did I study?
Yeah. Education and psychology.
Yeah.
And then, but you, right. I knew there was something like you didn't.
There was.
So you graduated in 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you've been married for how long now?
51 years.
And together?
56 years.
How'd you guys do it?
We met in 1969. It was
April
Fool's Day.
Uh-huh.
We met on April Fool's Day. And then I asked her if she wanted to go out, and
she said no. You already have a girlfriend.
Something like that.
He said, my girlfriend and I have an arrangement.
An arrangement.
I can go out with anybody I want on Friday nights.
On Friday.
But Saturday nights are for boyfriend and girlfriend dates. And asked me if I believed that.
You didn't?
No.
But actually, that was the truth.
No, you could go out with your guy friends on Friday night. Little inkling of a difference there.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Ruth.
And then Ruth cornered Mom in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
What'd she say to you, Mom? That bitch.
Well, yeah, basically.
But also, he really was the problem.
Oh, he absolutely was the problem.
It really wasn't Ruth, you guys.
No, and I told him I wouldn't go out with him while he had a girlfriend.
And then what'd she say to you?
she said, stay away from him, bitch.
Oh,
it was terrible.
Oh, wait, but scary
Such
too.
coarse language.
Yeah.
But then what did you say? Were you just like scared?
I said, you can have him.
You can have him.
Well, because we weren't together. He had a girlfriend.
You always want what you can't have.
Apparently.
And then Dad showed up to my mom's door with, was it Kleenex in your ears
no? It's those little plastic things that they put into a box.
Like packing noodles. Spirally packing noodles.
Yeah, it looked like you put one in your nose, put it like a fang or something like that.
Out of his ears, any orifice that was showing.
Yes.
That's how he rang the doorbell. And
that's how I introduced myself.
In a cardigan with blue suede panels, tight greaser pants, and pointy shoes. His hair slicked back.
I don't know about all that.
And then who answered the door?
My dad. He was not impressed.
Not impressed.
No. Frank is a nice guy, don't you think?
And Frank was your only other boyfriend besides Dad.
And that was never serious, but he had a hard life and the whole family kind of adopted him. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, they were not too impressed with.
They were Team Frank?
I think more like they were Team anybody else.
Oh my gosh. So they didn't like him?
Well, I don't know that they didn't know him, but they looked at him and, you know, he was this greaser kid in this huge car. And they were thinking, that other boy's really nice and safe.
So Dad was kind of trouble.
Yeah, you could say that. Much more trouble than...
Trouble?
Trouble.
Much more trouble than people I was involved with.
You were more preppy. You were more Sandra from Grease, and he was more John Travolta from Grease.
Know that we'll go all the way back to Grease, but yeah.
Right, because you were more 60s. That was more 50s, but it was similar vibe, no?
Yeah. Yes, he graduated in 69. I graduated in 70.
Yeah.
So, yes. But, you know, he hung out in the park with a bunch of other greaser guys, and they used to call him the Professor.
Well, we had a band, a rock and roll band. And I played lead guitar, and we had another guy who played guitar. And who else?
Mike Bremer?
Yeah. Well, Bremer, yeah.
He was the drummer.
But we were starting off and playing songs in the basement and stuff like that.
But he definitely hung out with the hoodlums.
Right.
We actually did play one time at the YMCA, and we had about 15, 20 songs that we had memorized that. So we played those, and it was fun. It was, at least taking that first step.
Yeah. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this is such a cliche question, but what's the secret? How do you staying married for 51 years?
Well, first, you can't ask a question like that because there's too many parts to it. Okay. There's so many parts. The parts where we met, the parts, there were times, that things weren't so great, and
like when were they not great?
Vietnam, for instance, that's pretty ungreat,
mm-hmm.
And they picked numbers,
mm-hmm.
and the third pick they picked was my birthday. So I was definitely going to Vietnam.
Mm. But then how'd you get out of it? How did you get out of it?
Thought about it different ways and decided, well, I'm just going to claim a
conscientious objector status.
There you go. And they accepted that. Now, the reason they accepted it, I believe, is because my father was in the Marine Corps during World War II, or right after World War II. I can't remember World War II. And then my brother was a Marine. So we had 2 Marines. And then I think they might have said, oh, this guy is already, everyone knew it was a bad war.
Why did it happen again?
They had something called the domino theory. And they believed that if communism kept moving down the Asian coast, then the world would fall to communism, which wasn't true. So North Vietnam was fighting South Vietnam.
Yeah.
North Vietnam was supported by the Chinese, the Red Chinese at the time. And so we got involved with South Vietnam so they wouldn't fall to communism, supposedly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Oh, this is a cute one. What do you admire most about each other?
Well, I think I admire her independence and that she's going to make her mind up on things and to follow through. And I'm pretty much the same way. And it seems like we've pretty much come to similar agreements on different issues, and there hasn't been anything tremendously wrong. Like, well, it'd be like if I joined the military without her advice, that would be a problem. So we were both in agreement that going to the war in Vietnam was not a good idea.
Yeah.
And so I filed a legal form and claimed conscientious objector status.
Okay.
And they accepted it. So I got out just by writing a few words.
That's amazing.
I think what has kept us together so long, which was the question this time,
It's okay.
is that we do feel similarly about a lot of things. But even more than that, I think because we were so young when we met, we grew up together.
Yeah.
We have all those shared experiences. We learned about life together.
Yes.
And we always trusted each other completely, which was nice. There was no jealousy, no who are you talking to, no, none of that kind of stuff, which was always really nice. And we relied on each other for different things. He became the provider, and I was so fortunate to be able to stay home with my kids, which was all I ever wanted to do.
And that was a big point.
It was a huge point.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a lot of why we stayed together this long. Plus, we love each other.
Yeah, but you were a good team.
Absolutely.
You were able to raise us and that was always your main thing, was wanting to be a mom and raising kids.
Yeah, kids have always been my focus.
I'm so lucky for that, by the way.
Well, I am too.
Very lucky. And then Dad was the provider and made it possible for you to do that. So you guys were a really good team. So you were able to work through those differences.
Right. And I don't think life is that simple anymore.
Interesting.
I think you guys have many more roles. Everybody wears all the hats or tries to.
Well, it's like life is so expensive now, especially, honestly, I feel like everywhere I see people struggling financially.
Absolutely.
And it's one income household is just not enough. And not even in major cities, just everywhere. So it's so expensive that, like you said, the women are going to work too. And oftentimes the primary caretakers for the kids. And it just looks different than how it.
I think it is different. I think both parents have to wear both hats.
Yeah.
I mean,
but actually, Mom, the question was, what do you admire most about each other? That was the second one,
right?
That I never heard you answer. What do you admire most about Dad?
Okay, that he gave me the opportunity to fulfill my wish to stay home with my kids. I loved that. Plus, he's intelligent and fun and funny.
Very funny.
Yes, you can see where the funny comes from. The big slapsticky fall down humor was never my favorite. Him entering the room like Kramer.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't do that.
Well, not anymore.
Dad.
Kramer. Come on, nobody can do Kramer.
You would do it. You would do it unintentionally. You'd walk into a room.
It's only because we put the seed in your head. Like, what if he walked around like Kramer?
I don't think so. Anyway, he was everything for me. So, and he let me be what I wanted to be, which a lot of males didn't do at the time.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like you were never controlling.
No.
We'd discuss things. We'd figure it out,
But you let her do what she wanted to do.
She wanted to raise a family. I mean, there's nothing to argue about. She was doing all the right things. I was doing the right things. I was working. She's working when she had to. And so it all worked out.
So what does love mean to you now at this stage of life?
I'd say the same thing. We have a partnership. We're there to look out for each other and take care of each other and laugh. We laugh a lot. We play a lot of games. We talk about our shared experiences.
Say again?
We talk about things that we've done in the past and laugh a lot.
Yeah.
What about you? Now that I've said everything,
Sorry,
you come up with anything else?
I stole my line.
There you go.
What are the small things you still enjoy doing together now?
We play cards and games, sometimes different games like that we enjoy. That's kind of nice.
That's great. And you do that every night, huh?
Every night.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that always makes you laugh about each other?
Yeah, he's not funny anymore. No, he is very funny still. We both have sarcastic senses of humor when it comes to politics, or if we're watching a particular talk show or anything like that. Mm-hmm. We share that humor, that political sarcasm type of a humor.
Yeah.
And that's fun. And we both enjoy interacting with the grandchildren. And that's fun because kids are always hysterical. And he's getting to do more of that now.
What's that?
Play with the grandkids because you always worked, always. So you're having much more of an interaction.
You and Poppy have been playing a lot together, Dad. Poppy runs into Grandpa's room when he's sleeping and tickles his feet.
Yes, she does.
So she forces...
I thought that was you.
It was not me. I don't do feet.
And she loves to say, Grandpa, sit down. I'm singing you a song. And she'll sing a song and do a dance. Do you remember that?
I think so.
This morning, Aya was chasing her and she ran and yelled, pick me up, and just threw her full body at him. He's like, whoa, but you did it. You held her. That was good.
What are you most proud of that you built together?
What are we most proud of that we built together? Mm-hmm. I would say our family.
I agree. exactly the right answer.
Yeah, you better say that.
No, but I agree. And to see the grandkids and the difference in all of them. And it's going to be so much fun to keep watching.
Totally.
Yeah.
And to see Madeline, or to see Colleen and Madeline, my sister and my niece, or to see
you and Poppy.
Yeah. And who would you say Tracy's kids? Do you see more Ella, Ava, and Tracy?
I see more Ella.
Yeah. But
Tracy and Ella.
It's wild.
Right. But you and Alfie look exactly alike. Your phone opened, right? And it's only supposed to open to your face. It opened to Alfie's face.
So Alfie's been getting in my phone and we're like, how is he getting in my phone? And then we look at each other, we're like, we have the same face.
You do have the same face.
Now, I can't say for certain that's why. It's possible I left it unlocked or something, but he will get into my phone and I'm like, how did you get in there? Because he doesn't know my passcode.
Right.
And then we're like, oh my gosh, we have the same face because it's facial recognition on the phone. So you have
see.
That would be insane. And we don't know.
Well, doesn't your phone shut off after a period of time?
Yes.
Well, and this was one of those nights.
We're going to test it out.
We'll test. But it was really funny.
Okay. Almost done, Dad. Okay. 2 more questions and you're out of here.
She's from New York now.
You're out of here. If you could give one piece of advice to couples just starting out, what would that be? People love this shit.
Well, I'd say you want to share all the things you have to do and make it easier for each other to accomplish those things, and not let those things get in your way. So, if I have to help to do something, but then there's sometimes when if I'm working on something somewhere else, or like on a work day, that might be a 10-hour work day. I'm tired, but usually you find a way to, between the two of us, to get everything done.
And I think in your roundabout way, what you're kind of trying to say is you support the other person's interests as well.
Right.
Yeah, because he always loved music and he loved playing guitar and all of that kind of stuff. And I completely support it, encouraged it. And I go out with my friends a lot. I have a great time. And he never, why don't you stay home? Never liked it. He's always very supportive. And I go. So I think it's important to share what you share in common, but support your own individual interests.
So, Dad, you know that I'm going through a divorce.
You're what?
Going through a divorce.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. So, so we separated in 2022, and it's a long process to finalize the divorce. But now my ex lives a mile down the road and I'm here with just the kids.
And what?
She's here with the children.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think I should consider getting married again sometime in the future? Or no? What would you recommend?
I don't know. I'd probably say don't get married again, but find a relationship that works. And then if things work out, then consider, getting married again, because it might be the wise thing to do, but I don't know.
But don't rush it.
Yeah.
I remember you used to tell me a long time ago, date someone for 5 years before you get married. You would say that.
You would say live with someone for 5 years before you get married.
Yes, you'd say even live with someone for 5 years before you get married. You used to say that to us, to me and the sister.
I don't recall that.
Well, you did.
Could have said that.
Well, you did. You did.
And funny thing, We dated for 5 years and were together.
That could be why he said
before we got married.
But I didn't listen to you. And I was engaged within 6 months of meeting my ex and married within a year. And we were married for 10 years. So it was a great marriage until it wasn't, you know? We have 2 great kids from it. So it wasn't, I don't regret that. Just life happened. Unfortunate things happened.
Absolutely.
This is where we are. And in a way, I got to say, I love my freedom. I love my freedom and I love living with just me and the kids, and I have a nice boyfriend who's really, you met Dylan. Do you remember him? Mm-hmm. Yes. So, you know, I'm happy right now. But the point is, with my boyfriend now, I would never consider marrying him for at least 5 years. Like, we've been together 2 years, and I am and I think I'm just like still healing from the last thing. But we're taking it so slow. We don't live together. And I would say a couple more years before I would ever consider something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's not on my radar whatsoever.
Right.
Anyway. Okay. So the one piece of advice, you did that, right? Yes. To a couple just starting out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
that.
Okay. I don't know. Anything you want to leave them with? I feel like we covered a lot. Any last final words? Before
we die, or just in general?
No, you'll be back next time you're here.
Yes, we'll be back next time we're here. Follow your heart. Listen to that feeling always. Mm-hmm. I think people don't do that. You know, they think, oh, I'm being crazy.
Yeah.
But that feeling is there for a reason. Mm. And I think that's important. And I think you have to be true to your heart. If your heart is going, not too sure, listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows yourself better than you, for the most part.
Yeah. Solid advice. Well, I love you, Grandma, Grandpa, Mommy, and Daddy.
We love you too.
Thanks for coming on my show.
Thank you.
All right. That's all. Dad, can you tell them to follow my Patreon? Join my Patreon.
What's that?
Can you say join her Patreon?
Join Laura's Patreon.
What does that mean?
I'm not saying anything that I don't know what it means.
If you guys want to get episodes right away, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Laura Clary. Patreon.com/Laura Clary. You get episodes right away, and we're going to be offering some fun new things on there as well, like weekly lives. Right, Patrick? Yep, we're doing that. That's happening. All right. That's it.